Ever wondered if your groundbreaking innovation, the one that's going to change the world, is actually legal? Not just morally legal, but legally compliant with the powers that be? Specifically, if you're venturing into the fascinating world of Newton and Canadian regulatory compliance, you're not alone in feeling a slight tremor of apprehension. It's a landscape that can seem as complex and unpredictable as a quantum physics experiment. Think about it. You've poured your heart and soul, your late-night coding sessions, your entire life savings into developing something truly revolutionary. You've envisioned its impact, the lives it will touch, the problems it will solve. But then, the cold splash of reality, the intricate web of regulations, the permits, the certifications, the ever-shifting goalposts that can turn your dream into a bureaucratic nightmare. It's like discovering that after building the perfect rocket ship, you still need to get permission from a dozen different space agencies, each with its own rulebook, before you can even think about liftoff. This isn't just about avoiding fines or legal battles, although those are certainly powerful motivators. It's about building trust, fostering innovation responsibly, and ensuring your product or service contributes positively to society without unintended consequences. In the realm of Newton, which we'll define broadly as any innovative technology or scientific advancement that pushes boundaries, think AI, biotechnology, advanced materials, quantum computing, or even novel energy solutions, the stakes are incredibly high. These aren't minor tweaks to existing products. They are often paradigm shifts that can disrupt industries, challenge ethical norms, and necessitate entirely new regulatory frameworks. And then there's Canada, a nation known for its progressive approach to technology, its strong legal framework, and its commitment to public safety and environmental protection. This combination means that while Canada is often a welcoming environment for innovation, it's also a place where you need to be meticulous about compliance. It's a balance, a delicate dance between fostering growth and ensuring accountability. So, whether you're developing a cutting-edge AI for personalized medicine or a revolutionary new sustainable energy source, understanding the Canadian regulatory landscape is paramount. So, how do you navigate this intricate dance? How do you ensure your Newtonian innovation doesn't crash and burn in the Canadian regulatory cosmos? That's precisely what we're diving into today. We're going to demystify the process, break down the key considerations, and provide you with a roadmap to help you bring your groundbreaking ideas to fruition, legally and ethically, within the Canadian context. First things first, the golden rule of regulatory compliance is early engagement. This isn't something you tackle once your product is ready to launch. This is a conversation that needs to begin at the very conceptualization stage. Why? Because regulatory requirements can significantly influence your design, development, and even your business model. Imagine building a complex machine only to realize a crucial component is banned under Canadian law, forcing you to redesign it from the ground up. Engaging early allows you to integrate compliance considerations into your core strategy, saving you time, money, and considerable headaches down the line. It's about designing for compliance, not attempting to retrofit it. This proactive approach not only mitigates risks but can also unlock new opportunities, as demonstrating a commitment to responsible innovation can be a powerful differentiator in the market. Now, let's talk about the nature of Newtonian innovations. These are often disruptive, meaning they don't neatly fit into existing regulatory boxes. For instance, if you're developing a novel gene editing therapy, it might touch upon regulations governing pharmaceuticals, medical devices, research ethics, and even food safety, depending on its application. If you're building an advanced AI system for autonomous vehicles, you're looking at regulations around transportation, data privacy, liability, and potentially even intellectual property. The key here is to identify all the potential regulatory touchpoints. This often requires a multidisciplinary approach, drawing on expertise in law, engineering, ethics, and the specific scientific domain of your innovation. In Canada, several key federal bodies are likely to be relevant, depending on your specific innovation. For anything related to health, pharmaceuticals, medical devices, or food, Health Canada is your primary point of contact. They oversee a vast array of regulations designed to protect public health and safety. Their processes are rigorous, often involving extensive testing, clinical trials, and detailed submissions. Understanding their guidance documents and engaging with them early on is crucial. If your innovation involves data, particularly personal data, the Office of the Privacy Commissioner of Canada, OPC, will be a significant player. Canada has robust privacy laws, including the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act, PIPEDA, which governs the collection, use, and disclosure of personal information in the private sector. With the increasing reliance on data in almost every Newtonian innovation, from AI algorithms to connected devices, understanding data privacy principles and implementing privacy by design frameworks is not just a legal requirement but an ethical imperative. For environmental impact, Environment and Climate Change Canada is the relevant authority. If your innovation has the potential to affect air quality, water resources, biodiversity, or generate waste, you'll need to navigate their regulations. This could involve environmental assessments, permits for emissions, or regulations on hazardous materials. Sustainable innovation is a growing focus globally, and Canada is no exception, making environmental compliance a critical aspect for many new technologies. If your innovation touches upon financial services, artificial intelligence in finance, or fintech, you'll need to consider the regulations set by organizations like the Office of the Superintendent of Financial Institutions, OSFI, or provincial securities commissions. The intersection of technology and finance is a rapidly evolving area, and regulators are actively working to keep pace with innovations like blockchain, cryptocurrencies, and AI-driven financial advice. Beyond these federal bodies, remember that Canada is a federation, and provincial and even municipal regulations can also come into play. For example, building codes, local zoning laws, or specific provincial health regulations could impact your project. This layer of complexity underscores the need for thorough due diligence and potentially engaging with local legal counsel or regulatory experts. Now, let's talk about the process. It's rarely a straightforward linear path. It often involves a series of steps. Regulatory mapping and assessment. This is where you identify all the potential regulations and regulatory bodies applicable to your innovation. This can be a complex exercise and often involves legal research, consultation with experts, and reviewing similar technologies or industries. Think of it as creating a comprehensive regulatory footprint for your innovation. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.